Have you ever plugged your numbers into a macro calculator, followed the plan perfectly, and still wondered why the scale isn't moving and wondered why your body doesn't look the way you hoped it would by now? Don't worry, you are not alone. In today's video, I'm gonna break down why the macros you've calculated for yourself might not be working for fat loss or body recomposition. And more importantly, how to fix it. Because if your goal is fat loss or body recomposition, it's not just about calories in versus calories out. Your macro calculations are going to play a very important role on your body's ability to decrease body fat and increase lean muscle, to change the shape of your body and appear leaner and stronger. So make sure you watch this video all the way to the end, because I'm going to give you the top 7 mistakes that I see people make when it comes to their macro calculations and implementing those macronutrient percentages into their daily nutrition. So let's get right into it. But of course, if you're new to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit the bell so you get a notification whenever I release a new video just like this one every single week. Before I get into the top 7 mistakes I see, let's just quickly go over why macronutrients matter so much versus just calories in versus calories out when your goal is fat loss or body recomposition. Counting calories and eating in a calorie deficit is truly the only way to see results with weight loss. But when it comes to fat loss or body recomposition, meaning your goal is to increase muscle and drop body fat to appear leaner and start to see cuts in your arms and change the shape of your body, calories are not going to tell the whole story. That's where macronutrients, also known as macros, proteins, carbohydrates, and fats come into play. Protein has so many benefits, but in terms of fat loss and body recomposition, protein helps your body build and maintain lean muscle, which keeps your metabolism strong. It will also keep you feeling more full if you are eating in a slight calorie deficit. Protein has a higher thermic effect of food, so your body burns more calories to digest protein than any other macronutrient. Protein takes longer to digest, so it will help keep you feeling full for longer, which in turn will help you with that calorie deficit to achieve fat loss. Carbohydrates are very important because they will fuel you through your workouts, help with recovery, and also just give you overall energy throughout the day. And good fats support your hormones, which are especially important in women as we get older. Using the right macro calculator and getting your macros right is the difference between just losing weight and actually reshaping your body. So let's get into the top 7 mistakes that I see when it comes to macronutrients when someone is looking to achieve fat loss or a body recomposition. Mistake number 1, treating your macronutrient split like it's set in stone. A lot of people find a macro calculator, do their macronutrient calculations and say, okay, I'm gonna eat this much protein, this much carbs, this much fat within this amount of allotted calories. And they think that is the set in stone percentages and numbers for them, and this will work forever. But just the same as when you're calculating a calorie deficit, a macro split is just an educational guess. These online calculators do not know your metabolism, hormonal fluctuations, the amount of muscle mass you have, or even truly how much you push in your workouts and how much you move throughout the day. That's why 2 women of the exact same age, the exact same height, the exact same weight can follow the exact macronutrient breakdown and still get completely different results. And to make it even more complicated, your body is forever adapting. So what worked in the beginning of your fat loss journey might not continue to work forever as you continue to lose weight, continue to build muscle, or just change your training routine. So how do we fix this mistake? My best advice is take your initial macro split as your starting point. So you're gonna do a macro calculation based on the amount of calories. Say you wanna do a 30-40-30 split, 30% protein, 40% carbs, and 30% fat, which is a great starting point for anyone who's just starting out tracking macros. You will calculate those numbers, but this is just your starting point. Give yourself at least 3 to 4 weeks of consistent tracking and then review your results, not just on the scale. Pictures, measurements. Are you getting stronger in the gym? How are you feeling? How's your sleep? Are you getting lots of cravings? Do you feel really hungry? How are your energy levels? All of these things will help you determine if this is the right calorie allotment and macro split for you. And if things aren't moving right, adjust one thing at a time. Don't change your calories, change your protein, change your carbs, change your fats. Adjust one little thing, Keep going and see how your body responds. Mistake number 2, setting protein way too low. One of the biggest mistakes I see people make is not eating enough protein. Many macro calculators will underestimate the amount of protein you need each day, especially for women. And here's the problem. If you're eating in a calorie deficit and your protein is too low, your body doesn't just burn fat for energy, it can also break down your lean muscle. And that is the last thing we want. If we're going to the gym and we're being so consistent with our strength training workout, but you're not eating enough protein to support this training and to support the building or at least maintaining of your muscle mass, you're kind of being counterproductive. The last thing we want to do is sacrifice our muscle, because that's what keeps our metabolism going and gives your body that lean, toned look so many people goal to have. So how do we fix this? How do we make sure we're eating enough protein? A general guideline for the average person, you should be trying to get 0.8 to 1 gram per pound of your goal body weight. So 0.8 to 1 gram of protein per pound of your goal body weight. If you have more than 15 to 20 pounds to lose. So for example, if your current body weight is 180 pounds and your goal body weight is 150 pounds, you are looking to lose 30 pounds. So using that goal body weight of 150 pounds, you're gonna aim for about 120 to 150 grams of protein each day. Prioritize lean protein sources like cottage cheese, fish, eggs, Greek yogurt, chicken, and even plant-based proteins. And once you start consistently hitting that protein target, you'll notice a difference in not only how your body feels, but how your body looks. I just want to thank today's video sponsor, Pique Sun Goddess Matcha. I wake up really early in the morning, and as a busy mom of 2 and a business owner, I found myself relying on coffee just to function. I found it was leaving me feeling more drained, jittery, and sometimes even anxious until I found Pique Sun Goddess Matcha. Sun Goddess Matcha is packed with L-theanine and caffeine, giving me the perfect balance of calm energy and sharp focus without the jitters. Adding Sun Goddess Matcha to my daily ritual supports calm energy, metabolism, detoxification, and radiant skin. Every sip delivers clear, sustained energy and powerful polyphenols to nourish the body from the inside out. An added bonus, the catechins in it help curb cravings, support fat metabolism, and keep energy levels balanced. It's tested for pesticides, heavy metals, toxic mold, and radioactive isotopes to ensure absolute purity. For a limited time, get up to 20% off for life, plus a free starter kit, which includes a rechargeable frother and glass beaker when you purchase Sun Goddess Matcha. So click the link in the video description to get 20% off. Plus, with Pique's 90-day money-back guarantee, you can experience all the benefits risk-free. Mistake number 3, focusing only on the macro numbers, not focusing on food quality. Hitting your macro numbers is important, but how you hit those macro numbers is also equally as important. I see a lot of people trying to hit their macros by relying on a lot of highly processed foods, things like protein bars and packaged snacks. And yes, technically these foods might add up your daily protein, carb, and fat targets, but the results will not be the same as when your diet is based on mainly whole, minimally processed, and nutrient-dense foods. Here's why. Processed foods are often less filling, lower in micronutrients, can trigger cravings and make it harder to stay on track. They also don't support your training and your recovery as much as whole, nutrient-dense foods do. Whole foods like lean proteins, colorful veggies, fruits, whole grains, and healthy fats provide fiber and vitamins and minerals your body needs to burn fat efficiently, regulate hormones, and most importantly, build muscle. So how do we fix this? Instead of trying to be perfect, follow the 80-20 rule, which I preach in almost every video on my channel and is how I truly live my life. Aim for about 80% of your foods coming from whole, nutrient-dense, minimally processed foods, and then let the other 20% be flexible, because let's be honest, we all need to grab a protein bar once in a while, and it's still a better option than stopping for fast food or not eating at all. This is what will truly make this plan sustainable over a long period of time. And as you know, body recomposition is going to take a longer period of time. So if you're eating in a way that you can maintain consistently by giving yourself that 20% of flexibility, you will see better results in the big picture. Mistake number 4, not tracking accurately or consistently enough. One of the biggest reasons why people feel their macros aren't right isn't actually the macro numbers themselves, it's the tracking. It's really, really easy to underestimate how much you're eating each day. Just just a couple tablespoons logged incorrectly of something like a nut butter or cooking oil can throw you off by hundreds of calories without even realizing it. And this comes true when you're tracking your proteins, your carbs, and your fats. You could be over or underestimating how much protein you're actually getting, how much carbs you're getting, and how much fats. Another common issue with inconsistency is being 100% precise during the week and then loosening up a little bit on the weekends or a little bit too much on the weekends. Even small bites, sips, and snacks can truly add up over the course of a week and make it seem like it's your macro split that's not working, but it could just be your accuracy and consistency in your tracking. So how do we fix this? I would say for at least 2 to 4 weeks, try your best to commit to weighing and measuring every single thing you eat and logging these foods as accurately as possible. Use a food scale to be 100% accurate. And if you are someone who eats the same foods on a weekly basis, like you have the same breakfast or you meal prep foods, then you might not have to do 2 to 4 weeks. Even a week of consistently measuring everything out will give you a better idea of how accurate you have actually been with your tracking, which in turn will tell you if the reason you are not seeing results is your macro split. Mistake number 5, not pairing your macros with quality strength training. Dialing in your macros is powerful, and maybe these calculations you've done are amazing and 100% perfect for you and your body and your goals, but nutrition is only part of the equation. If you're eating the perfect ratio of proteins, carbs, and fats, but you're not pairing that with focused, progressive overload based strength training consistently, minimum 2 to 3 times a week, you won't be able to see results in building muscle and dropping body fat. Without strength training, your body has no reason to hold on to muscle while you're eating in a calorie deficit, which means you kind of risk losing your muscle instead of fat or as well as fat, which in turn will slow down your metabolism and make it harder to achieve that lean toned look that so many people goal for. So how do we fix this? If you've got your macros dialed in and you're good to go, pair that with a solid strength training routine where you are tracking your weights, applying progressive overload, and challenging yourself in every workout, minimum 2 to 3 times a week. Focus on compound movements like squats, deadlifts, rows, presses, and no, you don't have to lift like a bodybuilder. You don't have to be deadlifting 300 pounds to see results. You just have to be consistent and make sure that you are challenging yourself in some way, shape, or form to continue to put strain on your muscles to help them grow. Remember, macros fuel the process. Lifting weights or strength training drives the body recomposition. Mistake number 6, expecting immediate results. One of the biggest frustrations I hear from people when they complain that their macro split isn't working, sometimes after just a few weeks of being consistent on their plan. The truth is, fat loss and body recomposition takes a very long time. It's a slow and steady process, not just instant results like drastically dropping your calories to see the number go down on the scale. You are actually trying to change your body composition, which takes time, consistency, and patience. Your body needs time to adapt to new eating patterns, build or maintain muscle, and start burning fat efficiently. Expecting extreme and dramatic results in the first week is going to lead to unnecessary frustration, discouragement, or even just giving up on the plan entirely. So how do we fix this? Give yourself a minimum of at least 4 to 6 weeks of consistent tracking before making any adjustments, and focus on multiple indicators of progress. Your strength training, are you getting stronger? How your clothes fit? Your energy, your sleep, body measurements. You can also track the number on the scale, just take it as data, but you need to focus on all of these things as a whole to know if what you are doing is right for you and your body. Last but not least, mistake number 7, not adjusting your macros when your progress stalls. Even when you've been consistent with your macros and you've been crushing it with your workouts and your tracking, your body is constantly evolving and adapting. What helped you lose the first 5 to 10 pounds and gain strength at the beginning of your plan might not continue to work forever. The reality is, as you lose fat, as you gain muscle, as you increase your activity level, your calorie and macro needs change. And if you don't adjust, your progress can plateau and frustration can set in. So how do we fix this? Reassess and tweak your macros and your calories every 6 to 8 weeks, or at a point when you notice a lot of changes in your body recomposition. For example, after losing 5 to 10 pounds or seeing shifts in strength, adjustments don't always have to mean cutting your calories. Sometimes it's just increasing your protein protein intake to support your lean muscle, or slightly shifting your carbs and your fats to better fuel your energy for your workouts. Treat your macro plan like a flexible tool to guide you, but it's not a fixed rule. So there you go, guys. If you've been frustrated with your progress and you think that it might be your macro split, I hope this video was helpful. As always, if you have any questions, leave them in the video comments below. I'm always happy to help. If you need more help with your nutrition or your workouts, you can learn more about working with me one-on-one in my online fitness and nutrition coaching program. I'll put the link in the video description if you want to find out more information about working with me one-on-one to reach your fat loss or body recomposition goals. Give this video a like if you enjoyed it so I know you're still enjoying the content, and as always, have a great day, guys, and I will see you in the next one.